Hi guys, my name is Ali Duzette, and I am an admin at the big TRS group on Facebook, TRS, a Safe Heavy Metals Detox. Today we're going to be talking about how to use muscle testing to determine how many sprays of TRS to take without irritating detox symptoms. And before we even talk about muscle testing, I will just say that is the question that you need to be asking for your muscle test. How many sprays of TRS should I take for maximum detox with minimal detox symptoms? The whole point of muscle testing with TRS is to resolve symptoms and prevent negative detox symptoms, okay? And I have another video about that entire concept, but we're just gonna skip to the chase and talk about how to muscle test. There are two ways of muscle testing that I recommend getting started with, and the first one is the sway test, okay? First off, all muscle testing just tells you yes or no. That's all. You can only ask yes or no questions. So how do you ask how many sprays to take? You have to say, should I take more than 5 sprays? Should I take more than 10 sprays? Should I take less than 12 sprays? And those are yes or no questions. So those are the kinds of questions you're going to ask during your muscle test. So the first kind of testing that I recommend starting with is the sway test. And that's very easy. You will start with control questions. And my control questions are, am I Kermit the Frog? And am I Ali Duzette? So am I Kermit the Frog? You would test, am I Kermit the Frog? And ideally, your body will naturally sway backwards. And you can try this for yourself right now if you want. Sitting, it's a little bit harder. I recommend standing because then your entire body will act as a heavier weight for you and you'll be able to feel it a little bit more easily when you're just getting started. And then ask your own name. You know, I am Susie, whatever your name is. I am Ali Duzette. My body naturally sways forward. I would say to start with a sway test because it will help you get used to the feeling of yes and no, forward and back. If you are swaying backwards for yes or forwards for no, that means your polarity is off. And so I'll recommend that you head to my other muscle testing video to troubleshoot that. But assuming that you sway forward for yes, backwards for no, that's very good. And then you can just say, okay, I need to decide how many sprays of TRS I need to take to get rid of my headache. You know, how many sprays of TRS should I take to get rid of my headache? That's not a yes or no question. So should I take more than 10 sprays? I'm getting a no. Should I take more than 2 sprays? No. And the secret is I don't have a headache in real life. So that's a bad question for me to ask, but you can say, should I take more than 10? Should I take more than 15? Should I take more than 20? Should I take more than 50? Should I take less than 45? And you just use more than and less than to figure out the exact number. And you do it in the context of the symptom you're trying to get rid of. You have eczema. How many sprays do I need to take today to see a noticeable decrease in my eczema without additional detox symptoms? Okay, that's a little bit of a mouthful of a sentence, but that's going to give you a much better answer than if you just say, how many sprays should I take? Which is really unclear and is going to give you answers all over the place and is not going to be very helpful. Be specific. Now, the other way that I like to test, I make this shape with one hand, okay? These fingers are, I only use my middle finger and my thumb. The other fingers are like optional. I just get them out of the way. On this hand, I'm gonna make this kind of shape, okay? And I stick it inside like this, ding. And you're going to have to kind of calibrate how strongly you hold these two fingers because you want them strong enough to stay strong when you say a yes and weak enough to let go when you say no. And so you're gonna practice with Kermit the Frog. My name is Kermit the Frog. You want to be sure that when you say, I'm Kermit the Frog, your fingers just fly apart. And when you say your name, Ali Duzette, my fingers are strong, okay? So that is the basics of how to muscle test for yourself. So very quickly, how would you muscle test for your child? A very common question that we get in this group. When you are muscle testing for a child, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go in your mind. And I know this all sounds crazy, but try it for yourself. You'll see for yourself it is accurate. You're going to go in your mind and say, okay, now I'm going to muscle test on behalf of my child. And remember, it has to be your own child that is in your legal guardianship, okay? You're not going to muscle test for people that are not in your legal guardianship. You're going to muscle test for your own children, not for your spouse, not for your whoever. You muscle test for people that you have authority over. And if they ask you to muscle test or like you get permission, then you can do it for them, but that's the only time. Okay, so you're going to say, I'm going to muscle test for my daughter now. My daughter's name is Catherine. And so now when I test, I'm Kermit the Frog, okay? I am Ali Duzette. See, I am Ali Duzette, but when I muscle test, I'm getting a no. I am Catherine. Okay, and I'm getting a yes on Catherine. So now when I say, how many sprays does Catherine need today? Does she need more than 10? Does she need more than 20? Does she need more than 25? No, no more than 25. More than 21? No. More than 20? Yes. Does she need 21 sprays today? Getting a yes on that. Okay, and that was a bad question because I mean, like, I'm sure she would benefit from 21 sprays, right? But you would want to be more specific. You would want to say, how many sprays should my child take today to avoid negative detox symptoms? So testing for Catherine, I am Catherine. I need to know how many sprays to give her so that she doesn't have a detox symptom like a headache or nausea or trouble sleeping. Does she need more than 10, more than 20, more than 30, more than 40? Not more than 40, but more than 30. More than 31? No. So 31 sprays. And that's just an example. But what you can do is think about the symptoms that you're trying to resolve, particularly detox symptoms. If you take TRS and have a detox symptom, so say you get a headache, then you're going to want to say, how many more sprays of TRS do I need to take to clear the headache? More than 1, more than 2, more than 3. And I'm doing the sway test right now, more than 4, more than 5. You might want to take 5. Every single person's body is different, and how your body handles detox is going to be a little different day to day. And I'm thinking of a day that I accidentally ate a piece of aluminum foil on a hero, like a gyro. I don't know how to say it, but anyway, I needed a lot more sprays that day, and so we don't always know all the toxicity we're exposed to. Maybe your lead pipes leached a little bit extra in the heat today than they did yesterday. And now your water that you drank this morning had a little bit more lead and you're going to need a few more sprays, or maybe you breathed extra fumes at the gas station. You wouldn't know, right? So how many sprays you need for optimal detox is going to change every day. So muscle testing is just a really easy way to figure out the best spray amount for you and for your family on a daily basis. And so I hope that this video was informative. For more information on how to muscle test, troubleshooting if you have trouble with it, if you have questions about how it fits in with Christianity, if you have other concerns with it, I have addressed those in a longer video and I will link that below. And so thank you for being here. Like and subscribe if you want to, and I hope that you have a great day.